Hey, this is Zach Peak.
Hey, this is Pat Dorian.
This is Drew Rob.
It's Anthony Cervidio.
You're listening to the Talking Birdie podcast.
Fly ball left field. Nate McClough is there. And the magical season of the Baltimore Orioles continues.
Ball and 2 strikes on Goins. Ground ball to first. There's Pierce. And the Orioles are champions of the AL East.
And everybody knows he's ready to fire on the first one. Bases loaded. Young swings, line drive. That is down and to the wall. Cruz is in. Pierce is in. Party around third. He's going to try to score. And safe. The Orioles have the lead.
With the first selection of the 2019 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Adley Rutschman, a catcher from Oregon State University.
Hello and welcome to episode 35 of the Talking Birdie podcast. I'm Ryan. I'm here again, still not dead, with Josh, with Brad. Boys, what is going on?
Ryan, how you doing? It's been a good week for Orioles baseball. Minor leagues, major leagues, we've had a good time here. And I've been watching the games, so that's kind of been my evenings as of late. Brad, how you doing?
Not bad. Can't complain, man. Just enjoying being in the swing of things in the middle of baseball season. As you said, things starting to look a little bit more exciting for the O's right now. So, yeah, fuck it. Let's roll with that. Ryan, how's it going for you, bro?
I'm pretty good, man. Pretty good. I got to come home from work like 2.5 hours early today because so we went to lunch, and right before lunch, my work foreman and the other guy that was with us, he was like, hey, we're going to do lunch here really quick. But me and him are going to we need to go to this other job. You got plenty of stuff here to keep you busy, and just give me a call if you need anything. And I was like, all right, cool. So we kind of went our separate ways. I went out to lunch. They went to the other job site. And when I came back, it's like a 3-story building in a business park that we're working in. I came back and people are like, it looked like a high school fire drill where people are just like filing out of the doors. I'm like, this is kind of odd. And so I get inside and I'm making my way towards the second floor area where I was working. And I just start seeing like puddles of water randomly. And I get up to the second floor where we're working, and I look in this like workout room, and it's just all water. And I was like, oh shit. And so I walk into the area where we are, and it sounds like I'm standing next to a waterfall. I go into the area where I was working, and it's just, water is just cascading down from the ceiling. It's ankle deep water. My shoes are soaked because I had to go in there and get our tools and stuff out because they were in there, because all I did was leave for 40 minutes to go to lunch. And it turns out somebody was working on the water main on the third floor that feeds. It's a 6-inch pipe this big that feeds all of the sprinklers in the entire building. And somehow it got broken. And apparently the standing water in the third level was like waist high. So it was just all draining down onto the thing. So
Damn.
I called my work leader and told him what was going on. And he was like, all right, just, get our stuff, into an area that's dry, and just come on down here. I'll send you the address. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like squaring, getting stuff squared away and everything. And right as I'm about to leave, I checked my phone, and he was like, actually, he texted me, and he was like, actually, you can just go home. I kind of forgot that you were probably drenched. I was like, yeah, I am. Thanks, man. I'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, I was all soaking wet, but I got to go home 2.5 hours early. So.
That's pretty epic. Life moves pretty fast. You go to lunch, you come back, days of
dude. It was like I was texting my friend about it. And it was literally like the like that meme of Donald Glover like walking back into his apartment. It's all on fire. That was me coming back from lunch, but it was water instead.
Holding the pizza.
Yeah, just walking back with like That was my day. Just
Fuck
been hanging
yeah,
out.
dude. That's a solid day. Can't
Fun
complain.
times. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What'd you get for lunch though?
I went to Chick-fil-A.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a safe play.
Yeah,
They treat you
beat it.
well there too. They treat
They
you
do.
very well.
they do.
Yep.
We were wondering how that would work in our area because there's this town called Lorraine. It's sizable a little bit, but we've literally never met a nice person here. And they opened a Chick-fil-A there, and we're like, well, how are they going to find
Where
nice
are they going to
people?
find the nice people?
Yeah.
They bring people from out of town to work at Chick-fil-A.
We got to outsource for the niceness, but it's been nice in my 2 times there, and they've been actual nice people, so they must have outsourced.
I was going to say that.
Where they have people on Zoom calls, like taking your order.
Or they just make them in the back, which is another theory.
Yeah.
I was thinking they just hire normal shitty people, and they have some sort of like similar to like a cheating lab where they just brainwash and indoctrinate people to conduct themselves in the Chick-fil-A way. I think that's probably what they do.
Yeah. One of the first times I ever went to Chick-fil-A, that was my friend and I's immediate theory. It's like they're either making these people in the back or they have like a trigger. Like they snap their fingers and they're off work. And it's like, oh, that was a short day.
Chick-fil-A employees are not real people. Writing that one down.
Like, thank you. My pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill myself.
I can't do this anymore.
All right, guys. Fun times. Let's talk about some baseball, though.
I need to turn this game off so I don't watch that instead of what we're doing.
Yeah. I just want to talk about it really quick. We need to talk about the home run chain.
Yes.
I think it's super cool. I think it's fun. If you say that the O's aren't good enough or cool enough to have one, shut the fuck up. It's fun. They're professional baseball players and they should be having fun. God damn it.
Yeah. We talked about it last week, but not it, but the person who did it. Ryan, go back over how the chain was started, because it's a precipice here.
Yeah, it's funny. Melanie was just talking about it on the broadcast like 10 minutes before we got on. And basically somebody wore it to the park and was sitting near the dugout. And of course, Rougned Odor, even though we all love to hate him, he seems like he's definitely the most fun player on the team. Essentially what happened was he called that person over and said, that chain's dope. Can we have it? And they gave it to him. I'm sure they compensated him with they didn't say if it was a guy or a girl, but I'm sure they compensated them with a signed ball
them.
We're not doing that shit. Stop it. And they gave him the chain and they turned it into the home run chain. So I think that's pretty cool. It's also pretty dope for that person to just like every time they see it in the dugout, be like, that was mine.
That is pretty cool. I'm going to declare it on this podcast. I didn't even say this before we started recording. I will give Odor back to neutral with me. So we've talked about it on here before because he started the airstrike thing too. Yeah. I talked about it last offseason that the Orioles needed a culture, a winning culture, or at least a fun culture. Odor brings that, and I hate to admit it, but he's back to neutral for me. He does fun things. He seems like a good guy, a good teammate. So back to
he hit an absolute piss rocket on Sunday. That was pretty cool to see.
Yes, he did, right before the rain delay.
You know what was funny is people were talking about everyone was like, all right, just end the game. Like the rain's not stopping. Just call it. I think I saw somebody point out that if they had called the game, the home run would actually come off the board because it would default back to like 5 innings played.
Yeah.
And what was played in the 6th inning wouldn't have counted. So that home run would have just been.
That would have been not fun.
But also it's fun too, because we came back from the delay and the O's just poured it on,
Yeah.
That was cool.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Negative Nancy. Odor still sucks.
Of course he still sucks. We're not saying he doesn't. We're just saying he's fun.
I'm saying I like him neutral now. I think he's a bad player, but he's a good teammate, so it's net neutral.
But I wish Jorge Mateo could hit, because if he could hit like even average, he would be one of my favorite players, because I love speed, but he's just not a good hitter. So
yeah,
unfortunately.
He's lost a
that's-
lot of stock in the past couple of weeks here. Like, remember we talked about how good his discipline was like the first week? He hasn't walked since then.
Wait,
I
where's he
mean-
gone, dude?
I mean, looking at career trends, you kind of had to see a drop off coming. Maybe not to this level, but it's not a shock that Mateo can't hit.
No,
I wish
it's
he
not.
could. I wish he could.
I mean, it's fine because like I kind of like where he's at because he's like just good enough to be on the team right now and not be a liability, but he's not good enough to make it a hard decision when like Westberg and Henderson are ready.
But on the flip side, he's the kind of guy who on a playoff contending team is just the backup on the bench who comes in, pinch runs.
Yeah.
And plays defense in the last inning. I wouldn't mind having him in that kind of role.
Yeah, and when
Shit,
you've got someone to
who's
take
the guy?
his place.
Terrence Gore.
Terrence
Doesn't he have like 2 World Series rings and like
I think
maybe like
it's 3.
and maybe like how many and does he have any career regular season at bats?
He does, yeah.
maybe like a couple, but the point of it is he's terrible. Like I think he has more World Series rings than hits or something like that in the major leagues. Yeah,
That's
because they use him strictly like he's a terrible hitter in the minor leagues. He's just really fast. So Kansas City would use him as a pinch runner, and then Atlanta did the same thing last year. And I guess he might have one other one too. So Jorge Mateo could be our Terrence Gore. That's a little bit better of a hitter than Terrence Gore, but still not very good.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
He's like you said, Ryan, he's like just barely better than like Vallejo and Wilkerson, where we're not frustrated seeing him in the lineup every day, but it's like you're not like that good.
He's like just above that level where I don't
know.
see his name and get pissed. At least not yet. I mean,
Not right now.
if it's another month or two and he still isn't doing shit, I might start getting to that level. But right now, I'm like, all right, cool. Jorge
I don't know.
Mateo,
I think he kind of is as bad as them at hitting. It's just he offers a little bit more in the sense that he's a weapon if he actually does get on base, and he's fun to watch in the field. So that's the only reason I don't hate him.
yeah, I guess so.
I would love him if he even could post like a 700 something OPS, but he's nowhere. Nah, it's just not him.
Yeah,
He's going to be our Terrence Gore on our next World Series team.
that's fine.
Yep.
Luckily, he
That
plays
is
like
fine.
shortstop and not outfield doing that because like a shortstop can kind of get away with it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like the WAR numbers still look good for Mateo because shortstops usually don't hit, at least in the previous era of baseball. Now they are all superstars, but
Not all of
Right.
them.
A lot
Not
of
all of them.
no, certainly not.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, we kind of just were alluding to it a little bit, but the O's took two out of three from Lawson on over the past weekend. It was a pretty fun series to watch. We got the debut of Kyle Bradish, who I think pitched really well for his big league debut. He worked around some trouble and really settled into a groove for the final. I guess was that he get in trouble in the second or third inning?
I think it was the
maybe?
second inning, and then he was like lights out from there.
Right. Okay. Yeah, he was really, really good. I think he retired the final 9 or 10 batters that he faced. So, yeah, we all saw it. He's got great stuff. We got to see him pitch again last night. It was just a fun series overall. You know, we got, in addition to Bradish coming up, we got Tyler Nevin, Calvin Gutierrez DFA'd. Thank you. So we're going to get a nice long look at Nevin. Unfortunately, he got hurt last night, but they say he's available off the bench, so I don't think it's that serious. And yeah, in the one loss, we got Ryan Mountcastle conquering Mount Baltimore, as Kevin Brown called it on the broadcast. So it's just a really fun series. What do you guys takes on it?
Yeah, there were some decent pitching performances, and the offense, I don't know. Trying to remember back that series, I think it was a little slow for a couple games, but there were some bright spots such as Mountcastle clearing the wall. There were some good innings where they got a lot going, and as this team tends to do, they can't hit with runners in scoring position, but still they got more base runners on than they had in previous series, it felt like. And yeah, the Bradish debut, he's filthy. Me and you were texting each other back and forth like this kid's like nuts. Like his secondary pitches are so good, it's unbelievable. And he has that rising fastball that we've heard about for a long time, and he was navigating through a Red Sox lineup that is pretty solid. He was doing it pretty easily for most of that start. Got a little roughed up against the Twins yesterday, but it's a second big league start. So
I mean, he only struggled for an inning.
Well, then they took him out not that long after.
Unfortunately, yeah, but I mean, he was cruising before that. Is all I'm saying. It's just like he's not consistently giving up hard contact and knocked around.
Yeah.
He just got into a little trouble, and that's part of. It's another thing that we've talked about a lot. Is this just part of the growing experience for these young pitchers as they come up to the big leagues? They're not going to dominate right away. It's just not going to happen.
And we did say that last week.
Yeah, we did because it's just how it is. It's just how it is. And, one could argue that that's an argument in favor of bringing guys up sooner so that they, as they work through their stuff, they're still young and they can get through that. And by the time they really hit their primes, maybe they've gotten that stuff kind of figured out.
I am all in favor of that for sure.
Absolutely.
That's not how our front office operates, but I don't know. Like, obviously, as we've said many times before, there's a lot of reasons to be excited about our front office and some reasons to be like, they could do that differently. And that's one thing that I feel like they could do differently. But as far as the series is concerned, it represents progress. We don't have the blue chippers yet, but we're getting real close to the Adleys and maybe a little bit of DL, maybe a little bit of Gray Rob, but they threw us a bone with a Bradish and a Nevin. And just gave us a couple more pieces that are a little bit more interesting to watch than the typical placeholder bums. And we're getting there, man. Obviously, we're still a long way off from where we need to be, but day by day, it's getting a little bit, I guess, week by week, it's getting a little bit more exciting. So,
I think this bullpen and pitching staff being the way it has been makes this team so much more watchable than last year. Like, the lineup was the bright spot last year. There was nothing to look at in the pitching staff unless your name was John Means. And this year, like, pretty much every name in the bullpen, with the exception of like Fry, Lakins, and maybe Brian Baker, you're kind of like excited to watch. Like, whether it's Jorge Lopez or even Keegan Aiken now for some reason. Just there's a lot of fun guys. Sionel Perez is yet to give up an earned run yet.
Yeah, that's surprising.
That's out of nowhere.
So as I look at this team, they're obviously a lot more watchable than they have been, and that's kind of all we really had to ask for at this point. So hopefully they keep trending up. Now, when I think of the shitty teams of the past and I look across the league this year, I do have to say I kind of owe you guys an apology for dismissing the Reds thing. Wow, I didn't think they would be this bad. Holy shit.
3-22 now.
They're bad.
Today, I believe
they
they played
some good player. I mean, India's hurt, but I mean, Votto, Senzel was supposed to be good, but I guess he's been kind of a bust.
Jeff Passan kind of went all buster on them today. Just like a tweet dedicated to telling everyone how shitty they are, which like it kind of made me laugh, but also I feel bad because like that's what they've been doing to us for the past couple of years. But like, yeah, they have an ERA, a team ERA like close to 7. They're 3-22. They've scored the amount of runs they've scored. I'm trying to remember exactly how he worded it. You can double the amount of runs they've scored and it still wouldn't match how many they've given up.
Nice.
Yeah, today I think they played a day game today. In the top of the first, they went up 3-0, and it was 4-3 before they even recorded an out.
I actually bet on the Brewers today, so I am thankful for the Red situation for the first time this season. Me taking the bait on that, and making a little cash off it. So,
and like, dude, they had a winning record last year.
Yeah, and like the O's get shit on for this all the time. Like when they sold off and like basically tore down everything. At least we sold off after like we were supposed to be good. Like 2018 was a disaster, and they sold off at the deadline. And the Reds were in a prime position, like especially going into 2020. They performed decent enough to make it to the expanded playoffs. Last year, I don't fully know what happened. I think the starting rotation especially flopped for them, but they were not in a bad position to add pieces, and they never even contacted Nick Castellanos after he opted out. He said that the other day. He said, sorry, Reds fans, they never talked to me. And they trade away Winker, they trade away Suarez, they trade away Sonny Gray, and like, what are you doing?
That's wild.
Yeah, dude. And then top of that, their like team president like publicly just being like, "Oh, you don't like it? Just go root for somebody else, I guess." Fuck you.
Like that's terrible, man.
It's so bad, man.
So what's realistic for them? Obviously, they're not going to play 3-22 ball all year long, but what's a realistic loss total they could get? Like, you think they're maybe like a 45 win team or something?
They might
like
be
that?
a 120 loss team.
They may be I think ceiling they're as bad as like 2019 O's, and floor they're probably like 120 losses.
Yeah,
that's terrible, man.
They could.
The
2019
O's were not far off from 120 losses. So, where they went 40, 44,
47. I think 47.
That was 47.
Yeah,
they won the last game of the season.
They had still putrid, but yeah, I think they won 47.
They ended hot though, man.
Yep.
If the Reds lose less than 110 games, I will be very shocked because they don't have a farm system at all.
No. And even if they did, judging by what they did this offseason, do you really think they'd call anybody up?
No.
Yeah, it's like
terrible.
It's tough.
I would say it's not so bad because I spent the last few years rooting for the number one pick, but they can't even do that.
Yeah.
With the lottery now.
Yeah.
Nope. Man.
And I would say that I feel bad for Reds fans, but I don't because they're probably also Bengals
fans. So yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, get fucked.
Yeah. Their quarterback works out. So the Reds fans are posting about how much their quarterback works out.
He's simply built different, bro.
Who goes to the gym, bro? Swap? It was a jersey swap with Burrow, someone on the Reds, but just imagine Joe Burrow going to see the 3-22 Reds and just after the game, like, "Hey, what's up, bro? You played a good game out there. Like, you want to trade jersey?" I don't know how those interactions go, but that's how I imagine.
Oh, Spencer Watkins, filthy. Jesus Christ.
What is that? Like, he got a new pitch. No, but he got a new pitch apparently, and now he's like good.
I don't think he's good. I think it's gonna.
No, he started throwing a slider. He didn't throw it last year.
Yeah,
and he just front doored it to this dude and rung him up. Fucking buckled his ankles.
Like, Brad, I'm with you, but he also hasn't had like a shaky performance yet in 2022.
Yeah.
It's the Chris Ellis thing from last year.
Dude, ever since I pulled that autograph card out of that random ass pack, he's been just lights out, man.
Speaking of Chris Ellis, RIP, he's out for the year with something. Yeah.
Congratulations, Chris. Like you said, Brad, it's the best deal for him. He doesn't have to play, and he gets to collect a big league check all year.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Somebody I can't actually take credit for that remark. Somebody said something the day that it happened. Like, this is actually the best thing that can happen for Chris Ellis. He gets to get paid as a big leaguer for much longer now. And
I was about like, a guy who benefits from the CBA.
And I said to him, you know what? That is actually one of the smartest things I've ever read on one of these internet Facebook groups. Props to you, sir.
Yep. So I guess we'll move on now to this current series. It was lost the first two to Minnesota. They were like, I think they were pretty boring, but they were competitive games. You know, that's one thing that I'm trying to like just keep in mind is that so far, even though the O's have lost quite a bit of games, and I think they're still on a better track than they were last year, but they're in all these games, really. Yeah. They're not getting their doors blown off like they have been. And just watching competitive baseball is fun. It's fun.
It's all we've been asking for the course of this rebuild. And this year we're certainly receiving it. What happened? Home run?
Oh, Byron Buxton just hit one over the bullpens.
Oh.
Over the bullpens?
Yeah.
He's good, so it doesn't count.
Okay, not quite over into the Twins bullpen. Sorry.
He's good. It doesn't count.
112 off the bat, 452 feet.
Yeah, it's a shot.
Yeah,
that's a shot. Well, Spencer Watkins.
Is that a 2-run shot?
Mm-hmm.
This counts as an almost shaky outing yet.
No.
3 runs is still like it's in the 4th inning, I think.
3 runs in
fifth inning.
In 5 innings would equate to a 5.4 ERA. Or
hey, 3 runs after 5 is like a top 10 start for the 2021 Orioles. So
I know. It's acceptable. It's acceptable to have those every now and then.
Spencer said a bad word.
What is it?
He said fucking something. I couldn't tell. He was pissed though. He's rubbing the shit out of the new ball. You know when they get pissed and they rub the ball? He was like,
I love doing that shit. My fielder makes an error. Just make sure everyone sees that I'm just rubbing the shit out of this ball.
So passive aggressive. It's hilarious. Oh, and then he doinked Correa. All right, Watkins sucks. Next.
Life moves pretty fast.
R.I.P. to good Watkins. You lasted all of about 2 minutes on this podcast.
We should do live. We should do live reactions to games more often. This is kind of fun.
This is a good time.
Yeah.
Just the real life reactions of fans on a podcast. Gotta love it.
But yeah, back to what we were saying about this series. The O's they just busted out the bats last night. Touched up old friend Dylan Bundy. That was fun to see. 194. I was hoping I was writing these notes during the game, and I was really hoping because I was writing like on track to win game 3, and I was like, fuck.
I changed it today, so it was updated.
Oh, good. What you wrote makes no sense, just so you know.
On take game 3, 9-4. Yeah.
Did you mean to say O's take game 3, 9-4?
I did, yes.
Okay. It makes a little more sense now.
Attaboy.
But yeah, it was fun.
Urias with the jack over center field.
Yeah, that was sick, dude. That was awesome.
Hey, R.I.P. to Ryland Bannon's slump. He hit a 2-run bomb just now. So let's go back on
All
that.
right.
Too bad it couldn't save you from this week's fantasy.
I know, dude. Bannon's going to go on like a 2-week hot stretch and then almost get called up and then go over 20 again.
Yep.
He'll be ever prime Pujols again.
That's what he always does. He's just streakiest hitter ever.
Yep. Yes, he does.
Man.
Oh,
Anyways.
Oh, I was thinking of last night's game when they scored 4 off Bradish in that because it was 6-4 at the time. I was like, well, 6-run inning doesn't matter.
I know.
I hate getting that feeling.
I feel pretty bad, man. Dylan Bundy's fallen quite a bit.
Well, this was his first bad start of this year. He had like an ERA like the same as Bruce Zimmerman.
I know, but it's
I know what you're saying though.
Not quite as good as Zimmerman, but it was.
Yeah, I know what you guys are saying. He was pretty good up until last night. I get it.
This is typical Dylan Bundy. He always starts hot and his arm wears out.
It happened in 2020.
His arm is wearing out in May. That's not good.
Well, as he gets older, the stamina gets lower.
Yeah, and dude, like this is a guy that when we drafted him, he's like he could probably not move his feet and throw 100. Now he's pumping 88-mile-an-hour fastballs, man. I don't know. It's just sad. I always liked Bundy.
He was at the very least the number 1 pitching prospect in baseball. I can't remember if he was number 1 overall at one point, but he was at least the best pitching prospect. I know that. And Did we ruin him or did his body just let him down? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both because he was another one where they were like, oh, that pitch has worked for you your entire life. Stop throwing it.
Fucking infuriating, dude.
So 2021 Dylan Bundy through 23 games. Guess what his ERA was?
Through how many?
23 games, started 19 of those.
This is for the full season?
For the full season, what was his ERA? 2021.
4.89.
Ryan?
3.4.
Oh, you guys are generous. 6.06.
Oof.
73 ERA plus.
Man.
That's bad. That's Matt Harvey bad.
It really is.
All right, guys, you want to get into some fantasy now? Go over that?
Sir.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah. All right. So we actually all did our part this time and we all like scored each other instead of one person slaving over it. So did we put all the scores in the thing? No, we did.
Brad did not put Ryan's in here, but I will announce Brad as the third place finisher. There's no way Ryan scored less than this.
My God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
Bannon went over the week, and he still scored 10 more points than Westberg somehow.
So Brad scored 23.84 points. Westberg lost him almost 3. Bannon gained him 8. Grayrod only got 1 after all the earned runs. He only had 1 start, so the innings don't really go for him, but he only ends up with 1 point. And Mancini kind of went off this week, 17 points, but did not help out Brad too much.
Well,
Dude.
okay.
Gunnar got you more points than Brad's entire team, dude.
Gunnar did pop off this week.
Yeah, so I scored Josh. He had Gunnar Henderson, Hudson Haskin, Cedric Mullins, and Keegan Aiken. Henderson came in with a 34.4. It was a great week. Haskin, a respectable 14.7. Mullins starting to pick it up a little bit, got you 20.3. And Keegan Aiken, you can usually not expect much from the pitchers, especially when they only throw once or twice over this period. But a nice, respectable 6.2 points from Keegan Aiken, leaving Josh with a total of 75.6 points this week.
Yes, sir.
Solid week. All right, so reading off Ryan now. Ryan had some guys do okay, basically better than I can say. Tyler Nevin went with 11.37 points. He was real easy to calculate because he debuted in MLB the next day after the draft. So that was great. Bradish, same thing. So he had 7 points. Nevin had 11.37. Stowers, he only went 3 for 18 on the week, so not a whole lot. They hit him 10.72. And then Santander had a decent week. He went 5 for 16 with 2 walks and a hit by pitch, and he scored 20.335. So total, I got 49.425 points. So I think that puts Ryan second place.
Yep.
Josh.
Congrats on another big dub, buddy.
Let's go streak of 2.
Wait, so is it 2? It's 2-0 Josh now?
Yes, because Ryan was dead, so we
Okay.
didn't do the draft for those weeks.
Okay. Terrific. All right.
Let me put another my team in italics here. W. All right. First pick for me this week. Is
Yeah, go
everyone
for it.
listening?
Yes. Yes.
I will take
last.
Adley since he is back in action.
Fair pick.
Last week would have been a good time to have him.
And he'll be up for a significant enough amount of time. I believe in him, as everyone should.
Oh, do you believe in the number 1 prospect? Cool.
Yeah, I know. That's
That's
a real
dope.
Mike Elias take of me.
That's dope, bro.
Me next. Let's see. Gonna overthink the shit out of this, but I'm going Kobe Mayo.
Okay.
My first pick there.
Mullins is heating up. Give me Mullins.
Yeah, he's having a good week.
Josh,
He had a
are you
double
putting
and a
these in
homer.
the doc?
I have them on my doc, and then I will show the teams in there.
My doc.
Well, my
Okay.
doc, I put my my mock draft in here, so I get like.
You're such a dork. Oh
Well,
my
I
God.
have 4 picks, so I list 3 names in each row that I like for this pick. So when they get taken, I take them off the board, so then I
gotcha.
know who I can pick.
All right.
Josh's mock draft also projects who you and I are going to pick, Ryan. and he DMs people saying,
And I show you guys.
no, well, he does. He DMs people saying, who do you think Ryan and Brad are going to take?
And since I do it every week, I double down. So like I'll show them last week's, and I'll be like, look how close I was. I got 3 out of the 4 right on their drafts.
Holy shit.
This is great. Second pick, I'm gonna take Mountcastle. He's heating up. It's May. April is over. The Mountcastle April slump it's finished, and he's back. Has a homer tonight.
All right.
Shit. Give me John Rhodes.
Sexy.
On my board.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Give me 1 second here.
You're so dumb.
I'm going to take. Give me Daryl Hernandez, the one guy that's actually hitting really well for Delmarva.
Yeah, go get his first Bowman.
That's a nice card, dude.
It's pretty solid. I'm hoping no one in the hobby knows who he is, so I can just buy it for like $20 in about a month
same.
or two. Same
Decent
thing for
chance.
Creed Willems. I'm gonna go with a very predictable pick here. Ryan McKenna, sent down to Norfolk. The dude destroys AAA.
Oh yeah,
pitching.
it's true. He absolutely shits on AAA pitching. So yeah,
Which
that
is
actually
weird.
is a pretty
Which
good
is
pick.
weird because he was trash in AA.
Yeah. And he was starting to ball out in the MLB this year, and they sent him down for the roster
Ball
space. So he's
Balling
mad about it.
out.
So he's
balling out for Ryan McKenna is hitting semi-competently.
He had a 111 OPS plus, which
No
is good
one
for him.
cares. No one cares. Okay.
Well, in AAA, he's about to have like a WRC plus of like. 300.
Analytics are fun, but when you use them when you cherry pick them and attempt to make a shitty player look good, they're not fun anymore. So shut up.
I've said many times I just like him. I don't use stats to defend it.
Yeah, that's fine. I like Dean Kramer. So, although I think I might be becoming a CNL Perez guy.
Yeah, how can you not?
Yeah, he's got great flow, great fastballs. We're getting off topic here. We need to finish this draft.
It's your pick, my guy.
Is it me?
It is.
Oh,
You're notorious for that.
Mateo into the bullpen. Let's
Really?
go. Yeah.
They just brought in a reliever too.
Yeah, they did. Deal bar. Oh
that's
my god.
that's cool and all, but I would have rather have hit a single because I did take a stolen base prop on him tonight for the first time in weeks.
412 feet, 103 miles an hour off the
So
bat.
Ryan took Jorge Mateo, guy.
No.
It counts. It counts. I'm writing it down.
You do still need a major leaguer, so just keep
I know. That was a fastball around his shoulders. I don't know how he got on top of that one.
He has weird like hitting attributes.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, I will do my major league player now. Give me Cedric. Give me Cedric.
Brad
Yeah,
took
Cedric.
Cedric.
Sorry. Give me Austin Hayes.
Good pick. He's cooled off a little, but he's still playing well.
Yeah.
Brad, did you see his outfield assist today?
No, I heard you talking about it when I was down here.
Yeah, from left field corner, he threw out Max Kepler at home on one hop right to Chirinos. He just tagged him on the back out. Didn't even challenge.
Man, well, that kind of hurts for my over 8.5 runs in this game, huh?
A little bit.
They're still on a decent track. It's all good. All right, let's see. What do we got here? I'm up. Kind of torn between a couple guys. I do need to take a pitcher, though. Give me Gene Pinto.
Ooh.
I don't even
He's been-
look in Delmarva rosters.
He's Aberdeen.
I'm so glad we don't have to pick one from every affiliate anymore because Delmarva is like so underwhelming right now.
Pinto's Aberdeen, but still, he
Pinto's
got
solid.
he got hit around in his first few starts, but his K numbers have still been there. So, as long as he can, not get hit around.
Yeah, how'd that work out
All
for
right.
you last week? You picked pitching point machine Grayson Rodriguez.
I know.
Got you one.
Now I'm going the opposite because Pinto, since like I said, he's been hitting around. He's been hit around a bit, but his K numbers have been there. So I know he's still got the nasty stuff. He's due for one of those like five inning outings where he gets 8 Ks and gives up like 1 run or something like that. Gets
Yeah.
lit.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to take Jordan Lyles. We are facing the Royals in the next series, and that lineup is being probably one of the worst in baseball right now, and Jordan Lyles can have a decent outing, hopefully.
Okay.
I'm with it. Celebrating his promotion to AAA today, I'm taking DL Hall.
I thought
Yeah.
about it.
It was between Hall and Pinto for me. Let's see. Lastly, I am going to take Jacob Teeter.
He's had a pretty good season so far. Or at least he's been hot as of late.
Actually, he cooled off a little bit as of late. He was kind of hot.
Didn't he have a homer last night?
He might have last night, actually.
All All right. Well, that is the draft. To go over teams quickly, unless Brad, that's usually your job, so I'll let you retain your position.
All right, cool. We got last week's winner up to 0-0. Josh taking Adley Rutschman, Ryan Mountcastle, Ryan McKenna, and Jordan Lyles.
Dream team.
Yeah, you got Ryan taking Kobe Mayo, John Rhodes, Austin Hayes, DL Hall, and then coming up the rear, you got Brad taking Mullins, and then a couple sleeper picks with Daryl Hernandez, Gene Pinto, and Jacob Teeter here. So
that'll be the team that wins.
Oh, for sure.
Those inexplicable hot streaks will all happen just at the right time.
The least flashy team.
To be fair, yes, in Delmarva.
Oh,
He is the one guy in Delmarva that's actually tearing it up.
Very true.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one took Gunnar.
It's the whole thing. He's been
Yeah.
ridiculously hot, so he's due to cool off. And of course, this will be the time he doesn't.
I don't think any of us picked, maybe besides the Mullins pick, no one picked like a hot hitter right now.
Yeah, Mullins was decently hot. Yeah,
Again, I did Daryl Hernandez.
Very true.
He is the hot hitter.
Well, all right. Maybe we should do this every week where we like put up the teams and then have people vote. I feel like that makes sense.
That'd be kind of fun.
yeah, that'd be cool.
We don't have enough things to tweet because we all tweet from our own accounts a lot of the time.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Just like vote for who you think will win fantasy this week.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. I like it. We'll do that. Moving on here. Since we just talked about Gunnar Henderson, should we have Gunnar Henderson Appreciation Hour?
Gotta have.
Yes. Yep.
I think we should too. That dude is, as the kids say, simply built different.
Definitely not built the same.
He has had an insane run of games here in AA. I don't see any reason for him to still be in AA. He doesn't look like he's being challenged right now by the pitching that he's facing. And yeah, I mean, shit. Let me look. I'm trying to pull up his game logs here really quick. We'll do from 24th to now. He's batting since April 24th. He's batting .345. His OPS is 1,073. He's got a weighted runs created plus of 196.
That's a bad man.
He's walking more than he's striking out with a 20.5 walk percentage and a team track. He's just tearing it up, man. He's absolutely tearing it up. I see no reason for him to still be in AA. And honestly, like, I'm kind of starting to think like Brad in this way. I think if Gunnar Henderson was in almost any other organization, he'd be in the big leagues right now.
Or at least in AAA, like getting a week's worth of work, like knocking on the door to get called up. Yeah. There's high school players from that draft that are in the big leagues already. So it's not that a lot of people think that it's far-fetched to think of Gunnar in the big leagues because we're so conditioned with the way our organization moves guys his age in the big leagues. So
right.
I mean, it's
I'm not putting them in the same class, but Bobby Witt.
Yeah. Right. I mean, like last year, maybe towards the beginning of the year, I was kind of in the same camp as like the patient guys. Like, hey, he's only 20 years old. Like, we have so much time with this kid. Let him develop the right way. He popped off last year. I could have been convinced that maybe he will be a faster riser. And this year, he's literally hitting better at Bowie than he did at Delmarva last year, just with less power a little bit. But it has been less games. But I mean, he's been hitting he's hitting a 987 OPS this year at AA as a 21-year-old who will be 21 this entire season. That's not the most common thing, and he's in the top 100 for a reason. The Orioles do have a hole on the left side of the infield, and I mean, it's not out of the question that we could see him as a September call-up.
The fact that he's doing that without a ton of bombs is extra encouraging because home run power tends to come last. So
yeah, and the walks to strikeout ratio, like Ryan mentioned, it's kind of nuts. Like, not counting tonight's games, he has 21 walks to 18 strikeouts for a high school guy. That's rare air, like where you see guys with that much patience straight out of high school. Henderson has been in the Elias machine since he was drafted. That's kind of been their approach, is more patience and bigger swings, and Gunnar Henderson is kind of the model for that, it seems.
Not that this is a huge deal, but an underrated aspect of Gunnar Henderson, consider we moved the wall back 100 feet, is that he's a left-handed hitter.
Mhm.
So that wall's not going to crush him that much.
Actually, that's not true because I think he's hit more opposite field home runs than he's pulled. So like
He
it
does
actually
go
will
backside
fuck
a bit.
Gunnar a lot.
I'd
okay.
like to see a spray chart for him.
We'll see. I mean, as he gets older and he gets stronger and his timing gets around, that could change.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we just need to get Adley to drop switch hitting and bat lefty only at home.
I will note this year he is batting 558 OPS against left-handed pitching. His OPS against righties is over 1,000, so something of a
Okay.
weaker
So
link against the lefties.
So actually drop switch hitting then.
He's not a
Oh,
switch
wait.
hitter.
No. I said Adley. I
Oh
want
no,
Adley.
not Adley. No.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Adley doesn't have that many stats anyway. That's why I got confused. You were talking about Gunnar.
Yeah, I actually want to check his 2021 splits just to see if like that has always been the trend. Because this year that's not good.
Well, you said he's bad against lefties, good against righties.
Bad against lefties, like really bad, like 558 OPS and over 1,000 against righties. Last year against righties, he was about 900 OPS. Against lefties, he was about 650. So, I mean, a weaker side, which a lot of lefties do have to deal with. But.
Yeah, it's not totally uncommon for lefties to hit worse against lefties, but that is kind of a big difference. But
yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so Gunnar Henderson is a platoon only shortstop, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sad I put that out there because I'm hoping somebody doesn't listen to that, or like in a year we'll see someone like Gunnar sucks against lefties. Like just platoon him with Westberg. Keep Westberg.
Well, let's keep them both and let one of them play second, right?
I'm saying like someone's gonna be out there pushing like they should platoon the position.
Yeah.
That'd be
Well.
kind of silly.
With those numbers, maybe they should. Half joking.
I mean, right? I get that. That's why I kind of hate it.
I mean, what? You're going to face a left-handed starter maybe one out of every 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
It's more when the lefty specialist comes out of the bullpen that it's concerning, but it is what it is.
I'm sure it's something they're very aware of and probably working on with him. So
yeah,
we're just idiots who found it on a Baseball Reference spreadsheet.
Definitely idiots. Definitely Baseball Reference.
That's kind of our brand.
Yep.
Being the idiots.
Idiots that use Baseball Reference.
Yeah, I'm not a Fangraphs guy. Never have been.
I like Fangraphs. Leave me alone.
It has uses, but I prefer Baseball Reference so much more.
Baseball Reference can suck a fart.
Fangraphs roster resource is pretty good. I like that a lot. Their depth charts are very good.
So we got news today that our boys Adley and DL are both headed to AAA. Do you guys feel like that could be indicative of anything, or is this just, do you think this is kind of just, normal progression? Because it seems odd to me that Adley is going up already. If this is a rehab thing, then like, which it is, but I'm saying like they did Aberdeen for a week, and then it kind of made it seem like they were going to go Bowie for a week, and instead he played 2 games in Bowie and is already on his way to AAA.
I don't think it's indicative of anything. I think Adley was ready to be in the big leagues 3 weeks ago. So I think they're just moving him up to probably debut him in another week and a half or so. And do I think that's necessary? No, I think they could call him up tomorrow, but that's just the way we do things. So that's all I think it means.
Okay.
So I guess normal progression, to answer the question in the terms that you put it.
Do you think, all right, let me rephrase it. Do you think that his expedited move through Bowie could mean that maybe he will be up sooner than we initially thought?
Well, when do we initially think? I'm thinking probably a week from Monday or so.
The general consensus and this was just kind of speculation amongst everybody, but the general consensus was kind of like, I guess they go on the road right after this,
Right.
or after this series. I guess when they come home.
That's like May 16th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too. If I had to guess, now, if it were up to me, I would rather him just debut on the road and get this party started.
Me too.
I don't personally care whether it's at home or not. I don't care about all that.
I don't either.
All that shit, but that's probably how they're going to do it. I think May 16th probably sounds like the right date.
I mean, regardless, he's going to get his homecoming. Like the first game Adley plays at Camden will be a very special day for a lot of people.
Yeah, of course. Whether it's his big league debut or not.
Yeah. I mean, these are we still got, I know we're not a playoff contender or anything, but we still got major league ball games to play that we're supposed to try to win.
Yeah.
And calling up Adley increases our chances of winning those games.
Sure does.
I mean, to be honest with you, we play the Royals tomorrow. We could call them up tomorrow. That's not happening. We could, but
that would be super cool. Actually, I would love that.
Yeah.
I'm much more interested in DL Hall's progression. I think
Me too.
there's more unpredictability there. He's made 2 starts so far. Let me pull up the game logs. He went 4 innings scoreless in Aberdeen. Didn't walk anybody, 6 Ks. And then in Bowie, he went 3.2, gave up 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, 1 walk.
So he was 1 out away from not giving up any runs, and he had 2 inherited runners on base, and they took him out, and then Tyler Birch
I heard that, yes.
Gave up his inheritor. So he wasn't in when those runs scored, but yeah, he was responsible for them.
Right.
And he did dominate the first 3 innings. I think he had 6 Ks through 3 innings and hadn't allowed a run. And then 4th inning, only got 1 out, allowed 2 base runners or 2 outs, allowed 2 base runners. And then Birch came in and yeah, I mean, that happened, but it doesn't really matter that much.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, well,
I mean,
what did we think at the beginning of the year? I know we all said it, but when did we think DL would be coming up, like trade deadline ish? I think what I said.
Yeah, I'd say around then.
Yeah, I agree. But God, I just keep going back to every time Mike Elias says something very specific, I hold on to it because he's not specific about anything. Like he's so just general. He's cryptic and just like broad about everything. So when he says, I expect DL Hall and Kyle Bradish to spend the majority of the season in the major leagues, Kyle Bradish is here already. It just makes me feel like it's gonna be very soon.
I'm with you there. I think he will probably get 2, maybe 3 starts in Norfolk because he's never played AAA ball before.
No, he hasn't. You're right. But I mean, if there's a guy that could probably skip it, it's probably him.
And he's had plenty of time to build up to where he is now. They will probably just give him the test run, maybe see if he can go 5, maybe throw 80 pitches, and then he'll be up here as soon as possible. Because I mean, he's already on the 40-man. You don't have to drop another person.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just quick transaction with whatever pitcher, whether it's Fry or Lakins, just switch them out. It's not Watkins. It's not a difficult decision.
DL Hall really should be as soon as he's ready to throw 5 innings, bring him up.
Right. And he probably is now. He just needs to show that.
And also I'm sure they have a strict innings limit on him for the season. So that's really probably why they're limiting him to 4 innings. Not that he can't go more. They're just trying to keep his innings count low early in the year. So maybe later in the year he can pitch more. I don't know.
Yeah.
What did we say last week? Like, what's the point? Like, even if the innings limits, like, why not use those innings in the major leagues? I think that's something we said.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could say that's why they have a low innings count in the minors, so he could pitch more in the majors.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah. It's a theory. I don't know that. I'm just, again, an idiot behind a microphone saying shit. But
hey, your last theory is kind of all over Twitter
true.
now.
That's true.
Dead ball theories everywhere now.
I started that, and then all of Twitter followed. Former big leaguer Will Middlebrooks was like, you know what? This guy's got the right idea. And he started bitching about it. And then the actual Major League ball players were like, you know what? That talking birdie guy Now that I think of it, this ball's really not flying. So
I just want to say that Brad Alex Jones meme that I made got like 3 likes, and I'm fucking furious about it.
Oh man.
What Austin Hayes just do?
He
On your
just
TV.
absolutely laced a single into right center.
All right, that's his thing.
105 off the bat.
Dope.
I could
Yep.
see that it was Austin Hayes from here.
Because there was no batting gloves on.
Exactly.
Mountie, god damn it.
Double play.
He's been a
Yeah.
double play machine a little bit this
Well,
year.
he got a hanging slider that he should have
Yeah.
belted 500 feet, and instead he just hit it right to Correa.
Good thing we didn't sign that guy though.
Fuck him. Error machine.
Speaking of him, they did say that Baltimore did reach out. They didn't make an offer though. From Correa's mouth, according to some random source. So whatever.
Yeah, he
that
works for
means.
1057, so I
Yeah.
think there is some validity to that.
Not just out of thin air.
Yeah. I mean, some people were like, "Oh, typical Orioles," but like,
he clearly didn't
Dude.
sign here. What are we talking about?
yeah, but like he signed a deal with. He essentially signed 3 separate 1-year deals. If that's how I'm assuming that's how the conversation went. Hey, man, we're interested. What do you want? And he's like, want a short-term deal with opt-outs. Well, then that right there is why there was no offer.
Yeah.
There's no reason to give a superstar player the chance, like the option to just leave whenever he wants to.
No,
Um,
no chance. He looks
only-
so bad in
only-
his uniform.
Yeah, only if you're in win now mode, then it makes
If
sense.
you're in win now mode, it's fine. You know, be like, look, we're trying to make a run at this thing. We'll give you $40 million for this year. Let's just, let's go take a run at it. But if you're trying to use it to build up a roster for sustained success, it's just counterproductive to do that.
Yeah.
Because every time he has a good season, you're just going to be like, oh, well, he's probably going to opt out after this one. So,
Yeah, or if he has a bad season, then you're like, fuck, I got
Just
to pay him next year.
overpaid. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
it's so player sided. It's crazy.
it really is. Yeah.
I mean, good for them. Get your bag, I guess. But from a team building standpoint, it doesn't make sense at all.
No. I meant to bring this up earlier. We didn't have a very long conversation about Tyler Nevin. Do we think he is a mainstay for the at least third base DH kind of role for a while, or is he going to be like up and down like the other guys seem to have been?
I think he is. He can hit. We know he can hit. That's all you really have to do, in my opinion.
It's more than Kelvin Gutierrez could do. It's more than Wilkerson, Faleka, any of those other guys that want to plug in the infield.
I think he's certainly better than those guys. Still kind of a wait and see from me.
I was surprised to
He's
find out
decent.
he's not quite 25 yet. Like he's
Yeah.
still in 24, younger than Mountie.
He's going to get his chance. Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of a wait and see thing.
It makes a lot of sense to bring him up before Adley's up here because he will be taking a good amount of DH at bats that Mancini will already be taking a lot of, and Mountcastle will be trading off with first base. At least Nevin can play corner outfield and third base.
That's true.
Yep, absolutely. 100%.
That's all I had.
That'll play.
Yep. Anything else, guys? I think we just about covered it.
Giveaway.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. The Austin Hayes bat giveaway is still happening. We're just
Oops.
all dipshits and never posted the
We
tweet.
completely forgot about it.
Yeah. So sorry about that. The tweet will go up as soon as Brad sends us a nice picture to us so that we can tweet it out.
I'll take the blame for that, considering I have the bat. So
It's all right, man. We all forgot about it. Literally,
yeah.
none of us were like, "Hey, let's do the tweet giveaway." We're all just like, "What?"
It was even on the
Yep.
notes, and we all said,
Yeah, because I put it like first, and I didn't want to go straight into it. I wanted to talk about other fun things and get into the episode, and then again, we
like
forgot
Roof
about
Net
it.
Odor.
Yeah,
I said Roof Net. Rugnen.
yeah.
rough odor.
Roof
Roughneck
Nails Odor.
Roof nails. That's stupid. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard at that. Shut up,
Okay.
Josh.
Moulins. They're all there. This is
They're-
we're dumb dads. That's it. Who don't have
Awesome.
children.
Austin gays. Huh.
Oh,
What would
Got
that
'em.
picture even look like? Let's not go there in imagination.
Post that on the NSFW subreddit.
Oh my God.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Follow me at RyanSet094. Follow the show account at Podcast Birdie. I just realized I fucked up the order.
Yeah, you did.
I put myself first. Whoopsie.
Yeah, it shows where your desires lie here, where your motivations are.
Yeah, I want followers for myself. Follow Josh at Out of State O's and follow Brad at KU Browlandell. We'll get that giveaway tweet up very soon, maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow. As always, guys, join the Discord and check us out on YouTube. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you again next week.